Get to January 9th. What happened that night?
I ran head on into somebody who jumped the lane. No brakes on each vehicle. I exited the vehicle, damn near paralyzed. So I just remember waking up and nothing but my eyeballs and my mouth was moving. When you break your neck and your back, your central nervous system, and they like speaker wire. I was trying to wiggle my toes and get up out the car to see if I was hurt or not, but nothing was moving. I felt my toe wiggle and I felt my hand. I could touch these two fingers. It was real faint, but I could feel it. I had just enough strength in this arm to get this bitch up one time and just put it over my eyes to just try to cope with what was going on at the time. I broke my neck, 3 links in my spine. When I get to the hospital, they tell me I could possibly be paralyzed from the neck down, whether I got the surgery or not.
It's Hoffa, trapper turn smack rapper. Only smack rapper that you know is smack rappers.
But hold on. But also, hold on. I got to negate a little bit, push back a little bit with Bigger, because even though the OGs, hip hoppers at that time was just making music to stay out the street and all of that, at some point they started getting paid to do shows.
Not really.
Yeah. They at some point they started getting paid to do shows.
You sat here. I don't know if you was here.
No, I was here. I remember what he said.
Drug dealers gave them money. They wasn't getting paid from.
Right. So look, but that's
industry,
a business. Yeah. There's a business in that. If I'm recording records, and at first when I started doing it just for fun and to get the girls, and then at some point the hustlers on the block is like, I like your music. You need to come to the Palladium and do a show. I'm gonna pay you. That's business, right? And then it evolves over time. So as it evolves over time, and the young G's now the young G's have access, right? More access than any of the older G's had back in the past. And they're more independent now. Right. I can go on the gram, put up a video, put up this content, and I can get 1 million views and make some fucking money. I don't need you. I don't need none of you niggas no more. All my niggas is good. But it comes from a foundation that the OGs set back in the past. But I just don't agree with the fact that them not understanding that there was some type of business at that time back in the day.
And I'm not
they got paid for something.
Nobody business. And this is, it hurts me deeply to my soul, and I can't figure it out. The people that we're talking about is broke. Do you understand me? They are broke. They are living in the city. They are living in the projects. They are living in tenement buildings. The dudes that are accredited for starting hip hop. So I can't agree with this big money thing. They was broke the whole time I known them. You know what I'm saying? They never saw this payday that you talking about. Giving me a couple dollars to, like, oh, you doing good, and he goes some sneaker money. It's not what we talking about. They missed the corporate money. They missed that.
I agree with that. I agree with that part.
From all of that. Right. They never saw that.
Where did this start from? Chastity telling us that New York and LA don't support their OGs. And there's the proof. New York OGs, New York founding fathers of the culture that everybody's raking it in, ain't doing no shows.
No, and that's terrible, and not doing any songs either. But again, what I've said I can't look at them as New York OGs. They hip hop OGs.
That's why I said founding fathers.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm with you.
It's so easy for hip hop to get together and put in a couple pennies, not even dollars, and it would take care of all those dudes. So I'm so lost with that. We got rappers that's living in $30 million houses.
Right.
But the dudes that started hip hop is living in a goddamn tenement building in Harlem. We've had them on the show, and I know for a fact where they live at, and I don't, you know what I'm saying? And I won't even name names, beyond who you think. We've had legends on here, and I know you live right up the block in Harlem still, in your family's house that was passed down to you.
And they got hit records.
This is bad big shit songs right here.
They don't own them.
But Bigger, I agree with that, Bigger, right? But there comes a point where you start to know. We had Drez here, right? You was here for that interview.
Of course.
And when Drez was here, what did Drez do, right? Drez is considered an OG, a legend, or whatever the case may be. And he realized he got jerked. What did he do? The nigga did his fucking homework. and he went back and got his fucking reparations for all the work he put into the game. So I get what you're saying, and yes, the young guys
It's a
and
lawsuit.
other artists.
He didn't get a check.
Well, a lawsuit, but what I'm saying is he started the process.
No, he started the process.
He started the process. Dame Grease, same thing with his publishing, right?
Right.
They started the process because it's like we're learning, right? And then with this 50 years of hip hop thing, there's a lot of acknowledgement that's happening. There's a lot of rappers that came on this platform, and after they came here, their phone started fucking buzzing. And they went around doing shows and getting the bag.
That's true.
Right? What they choose to do with it is on them. You understand what I'm saying? But the younger artists, by sampling their music, by doing all the things that they're doing, inviting them to shows or whatever the case may be, they're highlighting something and showing some type of appreciation to them. I just believe that, you know, I'm not with the crutches. So it's about do your homework. Understand what it is that happened in the past and how you can get back what you're owed.
Well, Dred's invited everybody to be a part of his lawsuit. Don't forget that.
And that's on them
Definitely
to
did.
agree to it or not.
He said everybody can come get down.
So with our OGs, my thing is we have to. Damn, my father's age. I gotta take care of my dad, bro. You know what I'm saying? I need to look over my dad's business. I need to make sure everything that he is doing is. I have to look over that. I'm the young one with a whole different mind and a faster's mind. You talking about guys that's in their 60s? Do you know how old some of these
we
guys?
see them at Gracie Nancy, and they were fine. They were fine, and they were sharp.
That sounds good, bro, but it's not. You know, some moments my dad could con you too on some moments.
I get what
you
he's
know
saying.
what I'm saying. You are not. You can't say someone who's 60-some years old have a cute mind like someone who's our age from their 30s to 40s.
I do want to say shout out to Mayor Adams. He gave a very compelling speech that day, and I get what you're saying, Bigger. I understand that, but at some point, the responsibility has to be on them. Right. It has to be. Like, you know, if this show fails, I fucked up, and that's the realization. That is just the fact. I fucked up. If their situations are what they are, they fucked up. Now, can we create something to help them? Of course we could, but are people obligated to do that? No,
of course not.
We should.
They should feel responsible.
We should as hip hop.
They're not obligated.
Hip-hop, if we make it that type of situation, then yes, let's do that. Let's make sure everybody's good.
They shouldn't have no teeth in their mouth. It's bad, bro. It's bad. You know what I'm saying?
You use the right word.
That's real talk.
They're not obligated.
Real talk.
No. He's but
how you invite me to Rock the Bells concert, pulling me up on stage, but you up, and this is no offense, because some of the people I seen do this, I love. How you invite me to Rock the Bells concert and you pulling me up on stage, you know, giving me my props, but I got a rotten mouth. I'm broke. I need help.
Word, I'm wearing a
you know what I'm saying? I'm wearing a fake gold chain. Sorry.
You need a napkin?
You know what I'm saying? This shit is turning.
Right, though.
The whole world can see this shit is
but he's
turning.
right though, son.
Come on, man. But bigger. Ain't no but bigger. It's a problem.
Right.
Fuck you talking about the OGs. I'll be one of them. Fuck you, nigga. You know, nigga.
Put him on the platform.
I love you.
Give me a couple $1,000
You got, you know, let's figure this out. You got my teeth fucked up, my dude. You know what I'm saying? I'm living in the project. I'm going back to the tenement building.
You know who I would love to hear talk about this? LL. LL,
Yes,
if
he
you
might
ever in
do.
New York,
I'm LL. So don't get it wrong.
please pull
I'm
up.
He
part of
watches the
LL.
show. He definitely watches this show.
I'm part LL, so don't get it
Yo,
wrong.
Queens get them. I would love to interview. I missed my chance to interview
baby.
I missed my chance to interview LL by this
keep
much.
it real.
Back in the day, it was Queen
I
Latifah,
get what
Ice
you're
Cube, Nas, and LL, and I got Nas, but
somebody like, yo, not to cut you off, nigga. LL is a prime example of what I'm speaking on. I get what you're saying, and I agree with you 100%. There needs to be some type of funding, insurance, or something for older rappers that help start hip hop. I agree with you 110%. But you look at somebody like LL. Okay, LL been doing this since he was 16 years old.
But please understand, when academics attempted to throw the founding fathers, the older generation of hip hop under the bus, LL was one of the people who spoke up, and he was like, "Listen, you can't judge a man for not having that business sense. They were doing this out of love.
Right.
And I respect that. Now, if we are going to do something, let's not talk about it. Let's create it. Let's find a way to support these people who gave us a way out the hood.
I agree.
Right.
Who gave so many people a way out the hood.
Right.
But we're not gonna do that. Let's just stop talking about this shit.
Yeah,
It's
go
bigger
on.
talk about you trying to pull me on stage and our shit is fucked up. Like, yo, it's crazy, bro. Like, that's crazy.
We're not trying to bash
That's
nobody.
crazy. We're not trying to bash it, but I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
No,
That's
Biggie's
fucked
not
up.
making
You know
fun
what
of
I'm
it. He's
saying?
saying that
Yeah.
shouldn't be.
Yeah, it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be.
Right. I agree with that. I
However,
agree with that.
again, it is their responsibility. It's their responsibility. If we are going to take this stance, I can see it making hip hop more the generations gelling together. If we do take this stance, but if we don't, it's nobody's fault. It's nobody's fault.
But
But
then
also
again,
them bashing new school,
Yeah.
bashing the new generation isn't good either, and it's not going to open the door.
Yeah, and it doesn't. But you know what? Bigger speaking up about this. But best believe there's gonna be some guys from that generation who's gonna be mad at him for saying it.
Right.
Yeah.
Correct.
They're gonna be mad at him.
But
Like-
I'm gonna have new school dudes mad at me.
I went on Drink Champs and talked about battle rappers not getting royalties for none of their performances, and battle rappers got mad at me.
And look at what's happening now. Remember that clip we seen the other day?
That shit is retarded.
Remember that clip we seen the other day?
Yeah, facts. But hey,
but,
you know,
but what is these
it
niggas
is
doing
what
with
it
their
is,
money
bro.
though?
That's
What are they doing with their
Listen,
bread?
they're trying to equate.
Because I'm sure they was getting paid. They was getting money.
They're trying
Not
to
sure
equate
about
their.
that.
Not
they're
every,
trying to
for
equate-
years not getting money.
No. They're trying to equate their look
Their
with the
lifestyle.
fame that they have.
Their lifestyle.
Yeah.
So that when you see them, you don't think it
Yeah.
is what it is.
Costs a lot
But
of money to look.
unfortunately, after a while, you can only front for so long, and then you know what I mean. Shit start falling apart, and they start noticing, yo, why you got YKKK on your fucking chain and shit? Like, you know what I mean? Like something ain't right. You know what I'm saying? Like it is what it is.
I just want to say this, Math, and I'll get off of it.
Pause.
I do see it.
Go ahead.
Fuck this. So I do see it changing though. I do see that shifting. Like when we went to the 50 Cent Busta Rhymes shit. 50 brought out all young artists, and he's considered an OG to them in this generation.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Early 2000s, late 90s. He brought out Bobby Shmurda, Young M.A., Jeremiah,
J. Cole.
J. Cole.
Sleepy Hollow. He brought
Even
up-
Jadakiss, like it was crazy.
Yeah.
But he
Boogie.
brought out a lot of young artists that he supported. The Baby. He brought these artists out because he supports them. And they look up to him. And they give
Shout
him
out
his
to Fifth,
flowers.
man.
Yeah,
Shout
shout
out
out
to
to Fifth, man. And they give him his flowers. So I believe that is changing. It's
Yeah,
shifting.
it's
shifting.
happening.
Yeah.
It's happening. Little by little, as the OGs and the new artists communicate, we get into a better spot.
Right,
I think what Big is talking about, in my opinion, is like the next revolution, the next step where we unionize.
Right.
Yes.
We create a union to where the OGs are now, hey, listen, everybody who's making this amount of money, kick in $20 to the union.
Right.
Nothing crazy, $20. Maybe a new artist can afford an attorney
Right.
and not get jerked. Maybe an OG can afford dental. You know what I mean? And not be hurt over like little
even when artists pass away, you know what I'm saying? They don't be having no bread for that situation
This
either.
not only for the OGs. This is for the young
Everybody
ones.
everybody
Yeah.
has been
For everybody,
Math
listen.
Hoffa.
Listen.
When I said the
How much-
lawyer,
listen,
I wasn't
listen,
talking about
listen.
OGs.
recorded that he ain't getting what his due just because of the system, how it's set up. It's just not for the OG. This affects him
Facts.
too.
Right.
Look how much
I look
music
at it-
and
I
shows
look at
and
it-
stuff he recorded.
I look at and I think the issue there is the suckers who have the knowledge and they'll just watch people fail.
You don't want to share it? No.
And that don't
Just
be the
watch
artists.
people fail.
That be the ones behind the artists.
It'd be the higher
No,
up.
Yeah.
it'd be the artist sometimes.
That's
It'd be
what
the
I was gonna
artist.
say.
It'd be like,
That's what I
it'd be
was
like,
gonna
I know
say.
how this works.
That
I see
step
that they
into
got something
position.
going.
Yeah, that step into that position.
Instead of them stepping in like, yo, man, you know, you
We
missing
could get
out
a
on
bag
such and
together.
such and such, they'll be like, nah, I'm gonna just sit back
Suck
over
it
here.
in.
Because you're a
Them
fucking
niggas
threat.
don't even know. Them niggas don't even know. You a sucker. You a fucking sucker.
You remember
All
Master
right.
P?
Hurt people hurt people. So with most of those artists,
That got jerked
they were
before.
cheated.
Right.
Understand the game. They got cheated. So when they get cheated, they learn, like Mav said.
Right.
And then, like he said,
rubs off on them.
unfortunately, they don't, set their platform the right way.
Right.
They sit back and allow
I mean,
the
even-
next people to come
Even me
behind
myself,
them
like it's
to get cheated.
It's a fucking shame that I have to learn like so much business from like
Strangers.
my Jewish homies
Yeah,
or my,
strangers.
you know what I'm saying? Like when there's so many of us in the game that could just be like, yo, Math, yo, you didn't know, yo, Math, or I'll reach out and motherfuckers act like they can't share no information with you because they fucking suckers.
And they feel like you're gonna cut their throat.
Or
It's just a lot of
I'm
that.
gonna fuck up they flow.
They
or
still
something.
trying to get paid.
Right.
Yeah.
So they still trying to get what they ain't achieved.
Now
So
here's-
they like,
here's-
I
So
got
why would I help
I
him
got
if
jerked.
I
Now
got?
I'm on my come
Right.
up. When
Right.
when I get my come up right, then I'll look out for you.
That's why I gotta say real quick, Meg. I know you got a point. Rest in peace to K Slade, because K Slade was the only DJ I knew
That played
and
my shit
besides,
first.
wait, hold on. Besides Gat, who's doing it now with Big Brooklyn and everything, but K Slade was the first DJ I knew that had so many rappers from different generations on
That you
one
ain't-
fucking record.
That you ain't hear from
True.
in a long
In a
time.
long time.
Yeah,
Word.
true.
Word.
On one record.
Word.
My bad, nigga.
Shout out to Slade. Rest in peace, Slade.
Rest in
Definitely.
peace, K Slade, definitely.
Listen, I just feel like
Oh, speaking on K Slade, my bad, Math. He got a whole street named after him.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Shout out to him and his
K
family.
Slade on that got a whole street.
Overdue.
Shout out to my dog Pat Poose.
You know you from
Brooklyn.
a couple blocks from here.
Yeah, Big Harlem.
Shout out to Slade.
Shout out to
Overdue.
Slade for that. Word.
It's Hoffa, trapper turned smack rapper. Only smack rapper that you know is smack rappers. Got bars, I can hang with the backpackers. Trap star, I don't hang with the backpackers. I'm in the hood with the work you heard. Making fiends leave earth you heard. Got your baby mama thirst you heard. Feel the flow, nigga, throw it in reverse. This the wave you need to surf you heard.